Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Day 2, Climate and Human Health. Today is going to be on mental health. And I don't know, I felt like yesterday was all about mental health too. So, it is what it is. And just to go over just a few things. One is, I just want to thank you all for being part of the CAC and our events. And, we have 3 every year. This is the last one for this year. And we're already taking pictures for the promo for the Climate Champions Awards, which will be on February 12th at Michael's on East, where we'll honor the 2025 Climate Champions. And I hope you'll join us for that joyous, and I have to say it is, luncheon that is sort of the balance to the heavy things we talk about at our climate conferences. So we try to be optimistic about everything we do, but we try to tell the truth the best we can and put it out there the way it is, unfiltered, but as accurate as possible. So I just wanted to say we have quite a few new people today, and so we're going to run the videos.
The Climate Adaptation Center is dedicated to translating the latest climate science into usable information so that decision makers can make risk-appropriate decisions to help protect our communities and environment against the growing impacts of climate warming. It's beginning to sink in after that trifecta of hurricanes this year, occurring just after the hottest, driest year in Sarasota history. Every year, we host 3 major events, including the Florida Climate Conference, where we share vital research and insights from leaders in climate science and local and national experts. Our CAC Climate Champions Award ceremony recognizes the champions in our community who are making a real difference in our fight against climate warming and showing everyone that we can meet the threat not only with optimism, but with adaptation strategies that work. And our famous Hurricane Day. Every year, it's the first hurricane season forecast in the entire country. The CAC is involved in numerous community projects, like protecting our shorelines, supporting Bayshore Park climate-driven restoration, and serving on the Purple Ribbon Committee, helping to repurpose the Van Wezel Performing Arts Center for our current and future climate. These are key initiatives aimed at safeguarding our future. We're even providing insight to design Sarasota's 2050 plan, collaborating with condo associations and local homeowners and our city's government. We also work with local homeowners to make smart decisions and build a more resilient future for their family. And we work hand in hand with local decision makers, from government leaders to foundations and universities, to find solutions to lower the climate risk we face. This is all possible thanks to members like you and those who support our mission with monthly donations. Your contributions give us the resources we need to make a real impact, providing critical information on the local impact of sea level rise, hurricanes, excessive precipitation, red tide, biodiversity, and climate and human health. Join us today and be part of the solution. With our award-winning website and a team of scientists, we're committed to lowering our risks and adapting to a changing climate. Visit our website by scanning this QR code to become a member. We can only achieve our mission for our community with the support of people like you. Together, we will adapt and create a resilient and prosperous future.
Boy, oh boy, so look at this picking up, guys.
We're standing here at Ground Zero, where at 8:30 p.m. on October 9th, Hurricane Milton came roaring ashore as a Category 3 hurricane, destroying thousands of homes along the southwest Florida coast. the third hurricane in just 60 days, including Helene and Debbie, which preceded it. Hundreds of homes have been destroyed, hundreds of cars destroyed, and many lives have been changed for the decades ahead. What is going to happen in the future with our residential real estate on these barrier islands that we're here to protect the mainland from storm surges is now in question. How do we move into the future and build a sustainable society in the face of increasing impacts from hurricane storm surges and sea level rise? If the trifecta of hurricanes wasn't enough, ruining our residential communities, our business communities have been seriously impacted by these three storms, many of which are still closed today. It's going to be a long time before we get back to normal. In June of 2012, where I stand today, the water was about 8 to 10 feet deep right here in this place. Tropical Storm Debbie struck this area, and the beach was all the way back to where the waves were hitting that building in the background. This groin is the result of a collaboration between the town of Longboat Key, the CAC, and Olson Engineering of Jacksonville, Florida. It's really interesting, but you see it says mooring prohibited here. There was a reason for that. This groin goes about 7 or 8 feet below us, and when it was built, the whole thing was above the water. And then the sand started flowing through and accreting against these blocks, but the public would come and tie their boats up here, and we were worried that the boats would hit the groin and damage it and also sink the boats. But not anymore. Look at the sand we have. This is an excellent example of how, if we do the right things, it's not just about losses, it's about preventing the losses before they happen. In the background, you see our iconic Van Wezel Performing Arts Center Hall that was severely damaged by sea level rise and the impacts from storm surge from Hurricane Milton. Fortunately, restoration at the Bay Park has helped create a resilient shoreline. As we look at the improvements in the first phase of the Bay restoration, what we see is an elevated field right here. And by the way, this field has been elevated somewhere between 4 and 6 feet. In a way, it acts as a barrier to storm surge moving inland from the bay. So this is a real climate adaptation. It's beautiful, and it's providing many benefits to the citizens of Sarasota. Working with private foundations and policymakers in the future, the goal of the Climate Adaptation Center is to speed climate adaptation because it will lower the risk and pay dividends for our future.